We did start seeing a therapist, counselor, and filling out the questionnaires of everything that he would do. There was a definite attachment disorder diagnosis. And I've heard the term used, if you love them enough, love can fix it.
No.
Mm-mm. If you love them enough, then you become aware and you do the therapeutic parenting because it works. The hugs and the kisses are great, but when they can't receive them and they can't give them, it doesn't work. You know, there was a time when we were just starting the process with Jack. I mean, in the, where it gets a lot worse before it gets any better.
And in reality, this dealing with a rad kid, and from my experience or my opinion, it's a parent applying accountability on steroids.
Taking every bit of control away from him just made him spin, went into fight or flight.
Accountability is not being mean. It means that you don't let your kid get away with something they shouldn't get away with. Not missing a detail, not giving even a fraction of an inch.
I've also heard people say, well, that's being mean. How is that mean? When you're talking to a child with love in your eyes, when he's dumped a glass of milk all over the floor on purpose because he was mad at mom, and he'll be in the middle of cleaning it up, and he gets up, comes over and hugs me, says, Mommy, I apologize for pouring the milk all over the floor, and I love you. And then he goes back to work with a smile on his face, cleaning it up. And I don't know how that's mean. It's love.
Where you, with a kid that's not rad, you'd be like, hey, don't do that. And then you would forget what you told him not to do. You look at the kid and hey, don't grab your cup that way and move it to the right and then pull it this way because this way. I mean, it's just insane. If you do that, there's a consequence. And
I think the main struggle for me was you're not hearing me with what I'm saying on how it needs to be done. It's got to be done this way. And if you don't do it this way, I suffer. I think that's the hardest thing for me, was being on the same page on just the process of the therapeutic parenting and exactly of how to deal with Jack with the whole steps in the process. What would you say?
I don't think that a family, a couple, can have existing issues if they're gonna go through a rad process with their kid. They can't.
Pray that you can see that good in them when they're screaming at you of how they're going to kill you. That's gone.
It's really exciting, and it's encouraging to go, it works. It really can work.
He gets up in the morning, yes, Mommy. Yeah, oh, yay, I heard yes, Mommy. And the biggest thing now is he wants me and not Daddy. He wants Mommy to brush his teeth. No, Mommy, you do it. I don't want Daddy to do it. He wants Mommy to put him to bed.
Those issues are now being resolved because he's connecting and bonding more with Marci. He and I have a different bond. We get along pretty good. But to see how he was and the things that he did to Marci and where he's at now, it's very, very encouraging. It's very exciting. Truly, my heart's desire is to see her and Jack have the same relationship that Wyatt has with her and Olivia had with her.
And at night, he puts my cheek up against his. And he just holds it. And he says, "You're my mommy, and I love you." And I can see that soft, genuine look in his eye that he means it. And he's feeling the love that we give him. And he's able to love back. And he wants that every night before he goes to bed. And that's that hope of we're getting there. We're seeing that change. And he's gonna make it
happen quickly. It is happening. Slowly. But it is happening, and he has changed tremendously. But it is not quick, and we have setbacks. And it seems like sometimes we have to recover ground already covered because of a setback. But
if I would have known beforehand, at 11 months old, what we could have done for him, it would have been amazing.
And it's not control. He truly is a happy little boy, and that's amazing. To see how much pain he's in, and now he's so happy. It's not perfect, but it's amazing to see him happy. Because without the absolute assurance and knowing that God's in control, I don't believe we'd be here today. I really doubt we would have survived this. And from what I'm understanding, we've had a pretty mild case, although it's unique to our circumstance, but I think that it's pretty mild now in perspective from what other parents have had to deal with, other families.
Because it really took a toll on our older two, especially my son, who is very sensitive. He would just put him into tears whenever he'd go into these screaming, awful, mean fits and say terrible things. It would just put him into tears and, Mom, why does he say those things? Why is he so mean? And so we needed to get our whole family some help.
Had we not figured it out, our family would be in serious jeopardy. Jack would be a lost cause.
I don't want to see parents go through what we've gone through.
So where do individuals that find themselves where we were, where do they turn? What do they look for? Well, one, you maybe call people or interact with people who've done it. And then you go get the resources. You read the books, you watch their videos, you go to the family camps, you get your kids the help they need. Because when you do that, you get the help you need. And then you also find out the importance of taking care of each other as spouses. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. It's going to be very, very difficult. It'll be one person you with.
You know, he's loved so much that we went through the worst of the worst, but we couldn't give up. And he's going to grow up to be an amazing kid, an amazing person that can have relationships with others, healthy relationships with others. And I just pray and hope that he will have the love and compassion to, I guess, a term, pay it forward, of do for others.
It's hard to really convey the amount of love that you have. I mean, it's ironic that he can run you through so much, but you love him, and I love you, Jack. Just to see simple things, just to hear him laugh is amazing, because it's so true, and he's happy.